Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's your girl Sophia Blue, welcoming you to the inaugural episode of the Colorway Podcast. Insert hand claps. Yay! One day I'll get it right, guys. Work with me. Today, we're going to go through a mental digest. We're going to talk a little bit about Beyonce's upcoming announcement. We're going to discuss the fire in Palisades and just reflect a little. We're gonna keep it short for the first episode. Um, yeah, let's do that. Let's go. The color of the day today is nonchalant gray. Today we're embracing nonchalant gray, a hue that embodies neutrality and calmness, setting a reflective tone for our discussions today. Every episode, I'm gonna start off with a mental digest, where I'm gonna discuss whatever is mentally on my mind for the day because mental health is important to me. So stick around. I'm going to talk about your topics, but let's talk about my mental first. The subject matter is basically, I'd say, navigating adulthood without guidance. Um, as we journey through adulthood, most of us encounter challenges without the benefit of mentorship or guidance from elders. This lack of support can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and feeling of isolation. Studies have shown that young adults without natural mentors may experience higher levels of depressive symptoms and engage in riskier behaviors over time. And I just got that from Google, but I can attest that yes, bitch, it's hard as fuck out here for I'm not gonna even add anybody else into this. I'm just gonna speak on myself. It's so hard for me to just go through life without being able to call my mom that I actually do talk to. Like my mom is present in my life, but I can't call her and ask her about like life decisions or anything like that. Like I don't have anybody, my grandparent. Like I'm connected with my like I talk to my family, but there's like a disconnect. You ask, "Hey, how do y'all do this? I'm late on my rent. I'm my light bill. What do I do? How do I do this? How did y'all survive back then?" And I know times have changed, but it's always like, "Oh, or hell, how are y'all surviving now?" And it's always, "Oh, yeah, I don't know. I hope it works out." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, there's no sense of anything. Like, yeah, girl, go to Ace Cash, check cashing, and get that loan. It's real easy to get, or something. You know what I mean? Like, some sort of, or call this number and they'll be able to assist you. Or this is what I did when this happened to me when I was your age. There's nobody, not a sibling that I have that's older than me, not a parent. My dad is passed, but not a parent that um can guide me. And that is so freaking frustrating, man. I don't even understand. It's hard. It's so hard. And I'm sure other people, if you're listening and maybe going through this, comment down below. Let me know because this shit is hard and I can't be the only one. Like, where do I go for like guidance? Where do I go to get what I need? You know what I mean? Um, I've often faced pivotal moments where the absence of an experienced guide has made my decision making so fucking daunting. Like it's hard. I can only say it's hard. Like, man, it's fucking challenging, bro. It's filled with uncertainties. And it literally sometimes it can feel like I'm navigating through a complex maze and I didn't even know that I was in a maze. You feel me? Like ridiculous. It's important to recognize that while the absence of a traditional mentor possesses challenges, it also offers an opportunity to cultivate self-resilience and reliance. I'm working on that, guys. I consider myself very resilient. And I obviously rely on myself because I have no fucking choice. But I need to get better at trusting myself to rely on myself. You understand? It's hard for me to rely on myself because I don't trust myself, or I don't think that I can complete a task, or I don't think that I measure up to the task, right? Um, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Building a supportive community among peers, seeking out resources, and embracing self-discovery can serve as alternative pathways to personal growth and development. And as for that child, I'll say I don't have any friends, guys. So building a supportive community amongst peers, I mean, it's really hard for me. I'm not like retarded or anything, and I have people that I like, converse with every now and then and talk to, but I wouldn't say that I just had friends that I can like really like, homie, this is what's going on. uh, Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm working on that. Like, I'm working. I don't even care if no one listens to this podcast, but if you are listening, you're going to come with me down a very interesting journey that I'm ready to finally go down. And I can't put that into words, what that journey is, but hopefully there's results, right? Um, but yeah, that's my mental digest for today. And as we delve into today's topics, let's keep in mind the significance of guidance and mentorship and the ways that we can support each other through the complexities of life. Because life is hard as fuck. And I try to be there for people, and I want people to be there for me as well. And sometimes people are there. And I'm not saying this to say that like I don't have any support, or I don't have anybody in my life, everybody's just shit. But majority, yes. I will say majority, yes. Yes. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I don't have any of those things. Majority of the time. Like I'll say 95% of the time. But moving forward, my first segment is of course going to be about the amazing Beyonce that graced our stage or our TVs on December 25th, Christmas Day, following her NFL halftime show. She released a cryptic message hinting announcements scheduled for January 14th, which um the day this is going to be uploaded, the 14th is going to be this upcoming Tuesday. So I'm excited as a big Beyonce fan. Fans have theories, speculations about new albums, possibly exploring rock. Some people are thinking tour announcements. Some people are thinking Act Three, in general with a tour. Let me say this about Miss Carter. Love you, girl, but if you go on a tour, count me out. I won't be there. I didn't go to Renaissance tour either, only because like, it's a long story and I won't get into it. But basically like I was going to go, but I waited to the day of to buy my ticket because everyone was talking about how you can buy your ticket the day of, and you'll get your ticket for cheaper because they're just throwing tickets away and whatnot. And I was like, okay, cool, let me wait. And I was literally at work on my computer desk at work, and I was like, on the website refreshing, girl, why the fuck did the tickets go up to like 1,300? And I was expecting, I had like $700 saved, so I was gonna spend a bag, but it's like, girl, like, be for real. But yeah, so that's why I didn't go. But anyway, this tour though, I'm not going. And I've spoken to a lot of people that have way more money than me that can blow a bag on just going to a fucking tour. And um they're like, hell no. They are still recovering from the money spent. Like my two older siblings, bro, I think they flew to Atlanta, got an Airbnb with them and all their friends, had floor seats and the whole shebang. So they're both like, "Oh no, baby, we ain't going. We did the things, loved it, but Cowboy Carter isn't that much of a lit album to like even put in that much effort. Like I wouldn't want to go to a Beyonce country tour. You know what I mean? Like, no, not it's not for me. Love the album, but I feel like it'll just be a little boring. Um, but wish her the best. I cannot wait to see what goes on, and I hope it's not anything that has to do with anything monetary because baby, you're rich. We're not. You got the money. I'm gonna ask you to purchase my tickets next, baby, because yeah. But I love Beyonce, and yeah, but to segue from a rich ass celebrity to another, let's talk about the wildfires in the Palisades. Since January 7th, devastating wildfires have swept through the Pacific Palisades neighborhood of Los Angeles, causing significant destruction and loss. The fires have burned over 16,000 acres, making it the most destructive blaze in Los Angeles history. There have been at least five people that have lost their lives, with numerous others injured. More than 1,000 structures have been damaged, um, including homes of several celebrities. A lot of people with money, but guys, I understand, and I'm reading the comments online. Everybody was like, "Oh, fuck that, they're rich, fuck them, eat the rich," which another discussion for another day. But I will say, I agree. But I also feel like two things can be right at once. And for me, these people, like, I don't know who it was, some random white famous person. They were like, "Man, we've been living in this house for the past like 15, almost 20 years. And my kids grew up here." You know what I mean? Like people are losing memories. And for that, I like I really wish them the best. I hope that everything works out for all of them. Um some notable losses. We have Paris Hilton, her Malibu beach house burned down to the ground, which was a beautiful, beautiful home. Billy Crystal, whoever that is, the actor's residence was among those destroyed. Eugene Levy, Adam Brody, and his wife Leighton Meester, Janae Ieko, Jamie Lee Curtis, and I believe I saw that Chrissy Teigen and John Legend. I don't think their house burned down, but it was in the line of fire and they were able to hurry up and evacuate with their kids and their dogs, which is great news. Filming for several TV shows and movies have been suspended. Um, I'm sorry. Yeah, things have been suspended. Major Hollywood events, including the Critics' Choice Awards, and Screen Actors Guild announcements, have been postponed or canceled. Everything's just to shit in Hollywood right now, which isn't a bad thing, but it isn't a good thing for certain people. Um, Local organizations and neighboring communities are mobilizing to provide an aid and shelter to those displaced, which love when people can come together as a community. Wish that we could do this all the time and we didn't have to wait on a natural disaster for us to come together. The devastation in the Pacific Palisades serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictability of natural disasters and the resilience required to rebuild in their aftermath. Um, I hope I'm and I know I've said this already in this video, but I pray that everyone is just doing so well. And I know that a lot of people's insurance checks gonna kick in soon, so I ain't that damn devastated. But and a lot of those people have multiple fucking homes. So let's pump, like, I'm not gonna say pump the brakes, but like, let's be clear. You know, you feel me? Like, but still wish them the best. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, depending on who the enemy is, I guess. um, but that kind of sums up the video for today, or the podcast for today. I don't really want to, make it too long, because I don't know, fine. I'm working through it. I'm working through it. But today we delved into Beyonce's anticipated announcement, discussed the challenges of adulting without mentorship, and sorry, and reported on the recent Palisade wildfires. In times of uncertainty, whether in our personal lives or in the global stage, embracing resilience and seeking community are vital. Okay, guys. Um, Girl, I'm in a pickle right now and I don't have anybody to call on because I don't have a community, which is really this the way the world is now is so hard to build a community, but a community is important, guys. Build that community. Seek that community. I encourage you all to reflect on your own experiences with resilience and share your stories. Let's continue this conversation and support one another in our journeys. And with that being said, I want to say thank you so, so much for joining me on this first episode of the Colorway Podcast. Stay tuned for more vibrant discussions and remember to embrace the colors of your life, guys. Embrace everything. I love you all. Good night.